Peace, was good. Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is part 276. The album that I'll be reviewing today is the Beatnuts with their fifth album titled The Originators, released in 2002. Alright, guys, by now should know who the Beatnuts are. I did a review on the majority of the albums. Like I said, this is their fifth album, including the two EPs I did reviews on. Um, yeah, so this is like their independent release. This was released under Lansby Records. Which ended up, I think, becoming Koch Records and shit like that. I know Koch bought them out and some shit like that. But yeah, pretty much this is their fifth album. It's like independent. They were at Loud Records when they did Take It to Squeeze It. I liked the album, but I don't know, man. It's just like over time the Beatnuts, their music started going downhill, and to me it started off with Musical Massacre. So let's see where this album leaves off with that. All right, so there are a couple singles of the album. The singles are "Buying Out the Bar," "Work That Pole," and "You Better Believe It." Those are the singles of the album. Right, so sorry. Now let's just show what the album looks like. You're nothing too crazy. Black. Has the Beatnuts logo, that kind of thing. Back, pretty simple. Open it up. That's what the CD looks like. Alright. Nothing too crazy. Let's open it up. Not even any pictures or anything like that. Just pretty simple, you know what I mean? Got the album credits, production, obviously production is done by Beatnuts. I think the only one Lost Professor had like some co-production on one of the songs, which I'll mention later on. Alright. Now, let's get into the features of the album. The features include Ill Bill of Nonfiction, Necro's Brother, Problems, Chris Chandler, Tony Touch, Tony Toca, Lost Professor, underrated producer and MC, Amaretta, Problems once again, Cormega, Al Tariq, welcome back Al Tariq, El Gant, Triple Sace of Terror Squad. I don't know why I always fumble to say that. And Molly Metal, which we mentioned before. Alright, so now let's get into the album. Alright, so we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes. We're gonna get into some of the songs and stuff, like the breakdowns like I usually do. Alright, track one, intro. It's just an instrumental with some like stage background noise, like you hear like people applauding, and you hear the MCs is like presenting, the Beatnuts and among other things. Nothing too crazy, so nothing really talk about much, Track two, Bring the Funk Back. The second track, I wasn't too crazy about the beat. I thought it was kind of weak in my personal opinion. Wasn't too fond of it. Track three, Yayo featuring Ill Bill and Problems. Definitely goes hard. One of my favorite tracks to the album. Definitely a dope start. It is like one of the early tracks that like start off the album, so I thought that was pretty good. I like the line by Ill Bill when he says, "My rogues of riches is paid by exploding bitches. I go ballistic, roll with soldier's instinct. I spit 509 words, magical wisdom, fine lines like what now, homie, records or pistols. In paranoid, who's that looking through my window? My mind playing tricks on me, homie. Then I smoke that too much endo." So that was pretty good. That was by Ill Bill. That was track three, Yayo, featuring Ill Bill and Problems. Track four, Drunk Skit. Very pointless. I didn't really get anything out of that, so could have done without that. Track five, Buying Out the Bar, featuring Chris Chandler. That was the first single of the album. That was an okay track. It was okay. The beat was alright. Whatever. It's an okay track. Track six, Work That Pole, featuring Tony Toca or Tony Touch. That was actually the second single of the album. That was a pretty cool track. It was cool. I could see that being a single. I'm not sure there's a video. They didn't even have any videos for this. Have to look it up. But Work That Pole featuring Tony Touch, it was okay. Track 7, Originate featuring Lost Professor. Um, really enjoyed that joint right there. Um, One of my favorite tracks of the one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best songs of the album. In my personal opinion. That song was actually the first song I've heard from this album was Originate. Pretty dope joint right there. Um, Fucking Juju caught a body with that joint. I like the line where he says, "It's Big Ju. I come through with the final component loaded and ready. Just not for the moment. Serve it up raw, uncut, and quite potent. Niggas still sleep with the doors and lights open. Fucking dope." So I thought that was pretty good. It still was produced by Juju. But I felt like more like Lost Professor had a big input, especially with the drums and the sample. You know what I'm saying? But not to take anything away from Juju, because Juju's a dope producer, but that sounds more like something Lost Professor would have produced and stuff like that, beat wise, in my personal opinion. Track 8, My Music featuring Amaretta and Problems. That's another dope track. I like the line. I like the line by Psycho Les when he says, "Brand new shoes, 22 twos, better and so I packs those, talking birds like Beretta, heavy rotation like a propeller." Fucking dope. Yeah, that was dope. I like the beat, everything. Everybody did their thing on that. Track 9, You Crazy featuring Cormega, another one of my favorite joys right here. Really enjoyed that. Cormega caught a body with this shit like that. With this song, I like the line where he says, "I'd rather die like a man and live a coward life. At night moving the fangs, the crooked up, powered white. You know me, I was OT, getting it low key. Remembering what old timers told me. The first law you wanna hold is burst yours to hold your heat, burst yours. Props to seek the sleeping in the hearse doors." Whoo, fucking dope. So that was track 9, You Crazy for your Cormega, caught a body. Track 10, You Better Believe It, which is the third and final single of the album. It has kind of like a disco, like a late 70s funky disco kind of vibe to it. Didn't really do much for me. It was okay. It was not one of my favorites. Alright, so that was track 10, You Better Believe It. Track 11, Routine. I wasn't too crazy about this beat. I could have done without it, actually. Same thing with track 12, Bionic, featuring Altaric and El Gant. Didn't really do much. I didn't like the beat. Just, I don't know. Could have done without that, too. Track 13, Bex and Branson, featuring Triple Six and Molly Metal. That's another dope track right there. Like the dark bass line that it has is really dope. I didn't really write anything to it, but I thought it was dope. I'm surprised Triple Six by this time he never did a collab album with Triple Six. Look what with the Beatnuts, like a solo album. That would have been dope with Beatnuts just on the production, him and Vic, from Ghetto Professionals, or he used to be part of the Beatnuts at one point. We could have used an album from him, especially at that time period, but that never happened. Molly Metal is dope too. And track 14, Back to Back, that was actually a Psycho Les solo track. That was pretty good. Dope track. I like the line by Psycho Les when he said, "She was horny for the pony, so I had to bless her. I shot spurt in the perm. I was made a power of psych. I'm sorry. Made Oh my god. Let me read that again. "She was horny for the pony, so I had to bless her. I shot spurt in the perm. I was made of power of psych compel you. I'm stone crazier than you niggas from Bellevue. I know you see my monster truck in your rear view." Oh my god, that's so funny, man. So that was track 14, Back to Back. That was the last track of the album. Overall, I just feel like this album was okay. It's not that good. It's not one of the best projects. It just felt like an afterthought. It just felt like something that, they had songs that, it felt like the leftover tracks from from Take It or Squeeze It, songs that didn't make the album, that was, I guess that songs that didn't make the album, or like songs that they had laying the cutting room floor, that, you know, it's like, okay, might not be received well by the mainstream, but this is for our underground heads. And I don't know, man, it just didn't really do much for me. Like, I don't know, man. Like, they needed Vic, with his input as far as production and like the, you know, just the direction and stuff like that. I don't know, man. It's just like it just felt like they were just, you know, partying a lot and they just put out whatever, and it just kind of feels like that. Um, I don't know, man. It's like over time their music has just gone downhill. Like, my personal opinion, their best years, in my personal opinion, is from 1991 to 1997. So those are my favorite years. You know what I mean? But this album was just, I don't know. It just felt like an afterthought. It's just kind of like, it's whatever. You know. But if you're a Beatnuts fan, like a core fan, like I am, by all means, definitely pick it up. Yes, I will be doing Milk Me. Just gotta write notes for that. I didn't get a chance to do it. Just been busy with other shit. But yeah, Beatnuts with the Originators. Released in 2002. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts on this album. I feel like it could have been a little bit better. Not one of my favorites from them. It's just definitely one of the weaker projects, but it got some decent tracks. But like I said, some of the songs just felt uninspired, and that's another thing too. Like, they didn't have memorable lyrics. You know what I mean? The lyrics weren't as memorable. That's why I didn't really write much. You know, and yeah. So, Beatnuts with the Originators, released 2002. Let me know what you guys think. All right, peace.